Chakri Lokapriya joins us. Let's take our conversation forward. Chakri, we've seen a comeback in last 2 days. Do you think that will sustain?
Good morning. Thanks for having me. The volatility will continue as we move closer to the election final day, the announcement date. And I think there's been some amount of a respite because, the valuations had corrected a wee bit, but I think this volatility will continue. We need to be careful for the same.
Where are you shopping in this market? Are you using this bout of volatility to your advantage?
Yeah, indeed, clearly, for instance, the global sectors like commodities, metals, Vedanta, Hindalco, these companies are looking strong. Vedanta, for instance, is looking to spend $10 billion in non-commodity businesses like electronics. And so there's a lot of the activity, capex activity happening within the commodity name. Hindalco, which has the Novelis exposure. Again, the export demand is the international demand is looking very good. Outside of that, industrials continues to be a very strong space. And companies related to industrials, in fact, even batteries are connected to industrial spend because, you need batteries that not just for automotive, but for industrial use as well.
All right, lots of stocks that are in the spotlight in trade today, and wanted to get in your thoughts then, Chakri, on some of them. Looking at the earnings fine print for a Shree Cements, for instance, the margins have come in pretty healthy. It's looking strong. Brokerages upbeat, and for Colgate as well, the net sales growth has been pretty strong. Different views, different sectors. If you could break it down for cement and give us a view on the FMCG space too.
Yeah, Shree Cement has been an outlier in terms of its margins. If you look at all the other cement companies who have reported so far, their margins have been weak. Their volumes, on the other hand, have been strong, but their pricing power has not been there. Shree Cement, I think, is just a combination of the raw material mix uses, which has helped them in their margin. But I think this trend of volume growth and lack of pricing power will continue for the cement industry. So against the backdrop, the largest players, maybe Ultratech, maybe Shree Cement, ACC, these are the companies I would buy, but not stay away from the mid-cap cement companies. And as far as FMCG concerned, it's still rural is still weak. Margins are still not expanding, except for outliers like Marico and a few other companies. But otherwise, the volume growth has been largely in line to weak. So I think staples as a sector still we would stay away from.
Well, the Prime Minister yesterday filed for his nomination, and as per the requirement of nomination, when you're filing for the Lok Sabha nomination, you have to declare your assets, and that's what Prime Minister did. Upon his nomination in Varanasi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi declared his assets worth 3 crore rupees, and what is a big breakdown of it? Sumit is here with all that.
PM Modi filed his nomination from Varanasi, and a candidate has to declare his assets. So as per the records, PM's assets are worth 3.02 crore rupees. And if we divide the assets, this includes gold worth 2.67 lakh rupees, held in the form of 4 gold rings, national savings certificates worth 9.12 lakh rupees. PM also holds 2.85 crore rupees in bank fixed deposit as per the affidavit. So if we take the comparative figures, in 2019 and 2014, PM Modi's assets, they have shown an increase. In 2019, he declared assets worth 2.5 crore rupees, and also in 2014, it was 1.6 crore rupees. So that's how the assets of PM Modi's assets are there. It includes both movable and immovable property. So it has to be declared. That's why PM Modi has declared his assets today. Well, all the candidates who are contesting elections, they have to declare assets officially, and that's what has been done by PM Modi today as well.
Chakri, what do you make of the news of Siemens demerger, where they are looking at splitting the company into 2, power versus non-power?
I think it's a great move for the company, and power as a sector, both within India and outside India, is going through an immense amount of change. With all the renewable power becoming a very important component of growth, which also has a higher margin business, and therefore the valuations that they will get out of that will be much higher if you do that some of the parts demerger story. So, but I think that's a story in the making, and I think the details are still out to be there. But green energy and renewable energy as a matter of growth in developed markets, and thermal plus green energy in the emerging markets, both will benefit Siemens.
Okay, there you have it. That's the view coming in. Okay, Chakri, let's understand what your take is on the entire defense stroke railway space. There was that frenzy that existed, but is now the right opportunity to dip in, or would you wait for a bit of a correction?
If you look at Hindustan Aeronautics results a couple of days ago, extremely strong results. They talked about their order book going up by 4 times. And, so each time that they actually deliver, companies in the defense deliver on their results, on their order book. So it's a question of converting the order book into execution. So as long as the current government comes back to power, you will see continuity of that order book. And that is the opportunity and the risk. So we're expecting this government to come back to power, and therefore there'll be continuity in the policy of defense. And therefore, you could still buy Hindustan Aeronautics or a Bharat Dynamics. And in the case of railways, very similar story. And if you look at the recent results from Jupiter Wagons or Titagarh Wagons, they give you the underlying more what is happening at the base. Once Titagarh and Jupiter do well operationally, that is, in terms of getting new orders, then the related bits, whether it's Ercon or rights, they all benefit from that. So again, I'd still buy a Titagarh Wagons and I'd buy in Ercon.
Okay, thanks so much, Chakri, for sharing with us your thoughts on the markets.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ETNow.